the legal requirements to eliminate the Russian language in all areas of public life. They're putting a ban on the canonical Orthodox Church. This is the Ukraine that the West is trying to defend. First of all, Europe is trying to do so. They are trying to give them their security guarantees. And this is becoming so obvious that I truly hope that this reckless undertaking will fail. We will continue to pursue our policy that has been clearly defined by the presidents of Russia and the United States during the meeting in Alaska and during the subsequent telephone contacts. Speaking of the meeting mentioned by President Zelensky, remember that for a long time he was saying that he would never have any contacts with Putin. And he never cancelled his 3-year-old executive order that put a ban on any contacts with President Putin. His activities and his talks about the summit with the Russian leader have a certain goal to pursue. He is merely trying to show his constructive nature and his adherence to settlement, but essentially he is only trying to replace, to substitute the hard work to agree upon the principles of sustainable crisis settlement. He is trying to substitute that with such comedy-style statements and populist statements and other tricks that the Ukrainian leader, the current so-called Ukrainian leader, is quite actively using such tricks. He is scared that attention to his personality may drop, as we see today. However, our president has said on numerous occasions that he is ready to meet, and he is ready to meet President Zelensky too, understanding that any questions that need high-level consideration would be well elaborated and deeply discussed, and the experts and ministers are supposed to prepare relevant recommendations, and we should have an understanding that when it comes to signing any future agreements, we will solve the issue of the legitimacy of the person who will sign these agreements on the Ukrainian side.
And I have a question to Minister of External Affairs of India. Your Excellency, how could you comment on the outcomes of the Intergovernmental Commission? What does it mean for your country and the relations between Russia and India?
As Minister Lavrov also informed you, we are preparing for the annual summit between President Putin and Prime Minister Modi at the end of this year. So the Intergovernmental Commission is the body which does much of the preparation. Of course, we do the political consultations and the bilateral relation review with Mr. Lavrov as well. So I think these two meetings today with him and with Mr. Manturov have been very useful in terms of taking practical cooperation in different fields. I would particularly mention trade, investment. We signed the terms of reference for the India-Eurasian Economic Union FTA. We hope to commence negotiations very soon. So I think we've gone forward in trade, looking at trade barriers, at greater market access. We've looked at energy, including not just fossil fuel energy, but also nuclear energy, where we have a very strong history of cooperation with Russia. I think very good discussions on fertilizer supply. Russia is one of the major suppliers for India. We looked at other areas, including infrastructure, opportunities for business in both countries, the mobility of skilled labor from India to Russia. So what we have done is we are lining up outcomes for the summit. We are taking practical steps so that actually the substance of our relationship grows. At the same time, of course, in our own consultations, I think the political exchange of views is very helpful in making sure the two countries understand each other's interests. So I'm really very, very satisfied with that meeting.
Уважаемые коллеги, спасибо. На этом
Dear colleagues, thank you. This concludes the press conference. Thank you for your attention. And
all right, we're going to move on now. Massive protests erupted in Ahmedabad today after a Class 10 boy's murder sent shockwaves throughout the city. The Class 10th boy was stabbed to death by a Class 8th boy outside their school. After the victim's relatives vandalized the school premises yesterday, NSUI workers carried out massive protests outside the Ahmedabad school today. The protesters, who were stopped from entering the premises, clashed with police with at least 500 booked for vandalism. Meanwhile, in a chilling development in the case, Instagram chats of the accused have also surfaced. The screenshots show the accused chatting with a fellow student about the stabbing, purportedly seen saying,